So as many of you know, I am a native English speaker, but I also have taken the time to learn the French language. What I've noticed though is when you learn a language, if you don't regularly practice that language, if you don't do some reading and writing and speaking throughout the week, you start to forget things. This doesn't happen for me in English because as a native speaker, I get to speak English all the time. I'm always practicing. But if I don't take the time to practice my French, I start to forget things. So in this English lesson, I'm going to tell you the top 5 things I do each week to help me remember the French that I've learned in the past, the things I do to practice it each week, and you can use the same 5 techniques to help you with your English. So we're going to do these in reverse order. I'm going to start with number 5 and I'll work my way up to the best piece of advice that I can give you. So let's start with number 5. Number 5 is reading. In particular, I like reading books. And more specifically, I like reading books in my target language that I've already read in my native language. If you don't know those two terms, your target language is the language you're learning, and your native language is the language that you've been speaking since you were a little kid. I like doing this for 2 reasons. When I read a book in my target language that I've already read in my native language, number 1, I know I'm already going to enjoy the book. I've already read it maybe 5 or 10 years ago. And number 2, I already know most of the story and the names of the characters. So as I'm reading in my target language, my brain can kind of fill in the blanks when I'm reading passages where I maybe don't recognize all the words. So number 5, working our way backwards. Number 5, the 5th most important thing for me to practice my target language is definitely to read books. So the 4th thing that I would recommend, and something that I do, is to watch a lot of television shows in your target language. I do this a lot. I'm a little bit of a TV addict. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I watched a lot of TV with my dad when I was a kid. I just naturally like watching TV. So it's really easy for me to watch TV in my target language. The internet makes this really easy, by the way. It's much easier to find TV shows in the language you're trying to learn. And one of the reasons I like TV shows is I like the characters. I like following the story of a character through one episode and an entire season, and sometimes multiple seasons. It's really fun to get to know the people in the show, and you also then train your ear to understand that person. So the 4th thing that I do quite regularly is I watch a lot of television in my target language. Okay, here we go. Number 3, watch a lot of YouTube videos. Now, I know I'm a YouTuber and you might feel like I'm just trying to get you to watch more of my YouTube videos, but that's not the point here. The point is I find YouTube to be an amazing tool. It's amazing for learning a language. You can find YouTube videos that actually teach you the language. You can find YouTube videos on subjects that you are interested in. You can do a lot of watching and a lot of learning, not just of your target language, but of things you wanted to know anyways. So for me, number 3, watch a lot of YouTube videos. Watch YouTube videos that specifically teach you the language you are learning, but also watch YouTube videos that you're just interested in. Maybe you want to learn how to make a pie. Maybe you want to learn how to take care of puppies because your dog just had puppies. Find YouTube videos in your target language and watch them. Number 2, listen to a lot of music. I love listening to French music, and you should love listening to English music. One of the coolest things about music is, it usually makes you feel really good. Sometimes it has a good beat, or when you finally understand the lyrics, it has a good message. But it also is something that you don't mind doing over and over again. I have a great playlist in my target language that I listen to quite regularly. In fact, I will listen to it before I do what's number 1 on the list because it puts my brain into that language. It's really, really helpful. So number 2, something you should be doing a lot of, listen to a ton of music. And here we go. Number 1, find a speaking partner. I cannot emphasize this enough. Nothing will improve your language faster or better than having a regular meeting with a speaking partner. I don't know if this is a scientific fact. Sorry, I said it like it was some sort of fact. For me, the number one thing, the best thing I can do to get better in my target language, to speak French better, is to meet with my French speaking partner, which I'm starting again this Wednesday. I'm pretty excited to talk to them again. If you don't have an English speaking partner, do whatever you can to find one. I cannot, once again, emphasize enough how important it is to have a speaking partner. It just works wonders. It makes you work harder during the week as you know that meeting is approaching. In fact, Vanessa mentioned this in her video a week and a half ago, the video that I was in. I'll put a link up here. At the very end, she talks about how if you know you're going to have a conversation, you do more reading, you listen to more music, you watch more TV, because you want to have things to talk about when you meet with that person. Anyways, thanks for watching this short English lesson. I hope it gave you a little bit of advice for things you can do to improve your English studying and the things you can do to maintain the English you've already learned. If this is your first time here, don't forget to click that red subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and have a good day. Bye.